So you mean basically China is not the same place you envisioned?
Nah, definitely it wasn't. In my head and what I guess the outside media is always feeding us, it's like, China is like rural, they are uncivilized, there's that. But then once you get here, you're like, oh man, yo. And I know sometimes they say China is like a third world country, but it's not. It's not. I would perceive it as a first world country.
The reception and the open-mindedness of the people. So I think that's been a big change.
What was the difference?
I was so surprised that it was already that modern, that it was, everything was here. Even we have German pubs here where we party our carnival, which I thought is only happening in Cologne and Düsseldorf.
All right, briefly introduce yourself, your name, where you're from, and how long you've been in China.
My name is Lasse Hennig. I'm from Germany. I've been here now for 8 years, and still going on.
All right, man. My name is Tempo Prince Mpatani. I'm from South Africa, and I've been in China for almost 5 years now.
Almost 5 years.
Almost 5 years, man.
So yeah, my name is Ilian. I arrived in China half a year ago.
Half a year ago.
And it was COVID times, so we don't talk about that. But now it's great, everything is coming back to normal.
Hi everyone, I am Pam, or people call me Pam, but I'm Pamela, and I'm from Cameroon. I've actually been here for more than 14 years.
More than 14 years in China?
Oh yeah.
Wow, and what have you been doing for all these 14 years in China, in Beijing?
That's a great question. Actually, I am a teacher, so I teach kindergartners English as a second language. Yeah.
Wow, for 14 years?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Hi guys, my name is Riza, Munong Riza, and I'm from Cameroon, and I've been in China for 3 years.
8 years. What is the first impression of China when you got here 8 years ago?
When I got here 8 years ago, China was a little bit different, especially Beijing. It was like everything was out on the streets. It was like, especially in the summer, we were out on the streets eating, and this has disappeared a little bit, which is, I feel very sorry. But there's still some places I go out and enjoy in the summer, but it was different. I lived in the hutongs, and even the winters were much colder, I thought. Right now it's kind of still cold in the winter, but at that time I was really freezing. I had to survive the first years.
What was your first impression of China when you got here?
My first impression of China was, wasn't shock, but I was really surprised as to, I thought I would find, what we always see in the movies, rural things and people doing crazy things on the streets. But then the minute I got here, it was way too urban. It was well ahead of what people are saying China is. So I was really impressed, basically. I was surprised as to how it has developed. So, yeah.
So what was your first impression of China when you got here 14 years ago?
Yeah, actually, it wasn't like a good one because one, I came in spring and it was kind of cold as compared to the weather in my country. So I also had this issue of food and so on. So I didn't feel so good the first time I got here. At one point I just felt like going back home. Yeah, I felt like going back home.
So me personally, my mom has been here for like 12 years. So I've always known I'll come to China, it's always been something I know. But I never expected life to be different, completely different world from where I came from. By the way, before I came to China, I've always been an open person, always having to have a lot of friends and a lot, the lifestyle to be too open. But when I got here my first year, I understood you need to relax, take time and start knowing it's a stage of adulting and you have to start learning how to be by yourself and learn how to build your own self and to be independent. That's the first thing I learned about China. But for the people, I really enjoy the people because some of them are really nice, even though some of them are so annoying. And it's also good because I've met a lot of people from different cultures, foreign students, and you meet people of different mentalities. So at the end of the day, it's just it's all fun, but there are difficult days, and the only thing I can say is on those days, just cry and wake up back the next morning.
Just cry, wake up. Was China still the same China you envisioned before coming here?
No, it was totally different.
How was it different?
I was so surprised that it was already that modern, that it was everything was here. Even we have German pubs here where we party our carnival, which I thought is only happening in Cologne and Düsseldorf, but no, it was in Beijing. So this was really, it was a shock how modern it already was.
Alright. So you mean basically China is not the same place you envisioned?
Nah, definitely it wasn't. In my head and what I guess the outside media is always feeding us, it's like, China is like rural, they are uncivilized, you know, there's that. But then once you get here, you're like, oh man, you all got towers, you all got all these crazy things. And it's like, it's really amazing to see, you know, it's and I know sometimes they say China is like a third world country, but it's not. It's not. I would perceive it as a first world country.
First world country.
Definitely, for sure.
So,
Okay, the truth is like I've never had like a vision for China. Like I've never had a complete vision. I've always just known like I want to go to like that level. I want to just be like this independent and be with my mom and like just live like this beautiful life. But like it's also adult and it's like you need to prepare yourself for the future. But I had never prepared myself for what I had to see here. And yes.
now you can go out, you can explore, you can meet amazing people. Is it the same China you envisioned before coming here? Are you living that life now?
It's very different now. It's I think it's normalizing, and yeah, it's so diverse and so many things to do now with the weather getting better and everything. Going to the Great Wall tomorrow.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
So what are you looking up to going to Great Wall tomorrow?
Well, with weather like this, we're looking for a nice day and hopefully see some blooming flowers, if there's still any, on the mountain. And so yeah, besides the wall, of course.
What is your general overview of life here, if you had to describe it?
My general overview of life here, I would say simple. Simple. China makes life really simple. You know, with especially their technology. You know, they're way ahead of schedule as well in that sense. So yeah, I would say it's simple. They make life to be as easy as possible.
Great day, great market, international market. So yeah, enjoying it.
And where are you from originally?
Originally, I'm from Bulgaria.
Bulgaria.
Yeah.
So, I mean, coming to China and you met COVID, how was it like being in that situation?
How was it? Well, it was, you know, going to make PCR test every day. Yeah, it was very limited and very different. But now it's great. Now it's.
So, do you see life really changed here in China for 14 years now? Like when you got here now?
Tremendously.
What are some of the changes you've seen in the last 14 years?
One, the food, the way people receive you, the reception, and the open-mindedness of the people. So I think that's been a big change.
What was the most difficult thing for you 14 years ago?
That's a wonderful question. One was accepting myself, because like I wasn't this big, but wherever I went, people were just like, "Oh, you're so big," and it even helped to kill my self-esteem. But after some time, I tried to accept it, and now I don't care because like I have embraced myself,
Right.
and I just love who I am right now. So that was like a big problem
For you.
Yeah,
If you had to describe your life in China for 14 years in one word, what are you going to say?
wonderful.
Wonderful.
And I study international economics and trade, and I'm bachelor's second year, and YouTube as my part-time pleasure and work, let's say like this, building a career on YouTube.
So, I mean, what do you do on your YouTube channel?
Mostly vlogs, like lifestyle vlogs. It's just like documenting my
Life in China.
my life in China and my uni and my college life, and like spending with my friends, and like it's interesting like documenting it and also making a career out of it, because a lot of people just like nowadays enjoy watching how others live their lives, and it's just like
Okay, interesting. Thank you so
Yes.
much for talking to me.
You're
We're there.
welcome. Thank you too.
Thank you so much.
You're
Can I get a
welcome.
microphone?
Sure.
All right. Thank you so much for talking to me, man. I appreciate
Yeah.
the time. Thank you so much.
No
Can I
problem.
get my
Yeah, of
microphone?
course.
Have a great time, man.
You too.
Thank you.
See ya.
All right, thank you so much for talking to me, man. I appreciate
Thank
the
you,
time.
my man.
Thank you so much. Have
all
a
the
great
best
time.
to you.
All
You
right.
too.
So
Yeah,
I get
good
a
luck.
microphone now.
Yeah.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye. Thank you, brother, for talking to me.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for the interview.
All right. Thank you so much for talking to me. We're done.
You're welcome. And thank you too, guys. Subscribe
Subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Subscribe to me too.
I'll leave
Riser
the
in
link.
China.
Yeah, I'll leave the link of your channel in the description so people can support you.
Okay, thank you, guys.